Good day everyone, I am Daniel Cabasa and in this video I will compare the different version of Windows operating systems. Let's start by defining the operating systems. So it is an intermediary between computer hardware and computer user. So ibig sabihin nito na siya yung nagpa-process and siya yung nag-handle ng mga user interactions dun sa computer natin. So, napakalaga ng operating systems kasi nagagamit natin yung computer natin dahil din dyan. No? So, na kokontrol niya yung mga hardware components and kaya napakalaga ng operating systems. And sa next slides, i-compare ko yung operating systems in terms of vendor support, code name, system type, system requirements, features, application compatibility, backup and restore procedures, and lastly is yung installation procedures. So, una dito sa vendor support. So, ano nga ba yung vendor support? So, it encompasses various forms of assistance and maintenance that the company offers to its users. So, ayun, yung assistance and yung maintenance. Ano-ano ba yung mga halimbawa nun? Isa sa mga halimbawa is yung software updates, yung mga security updates, and yung technical assistance. So, mahalaga yan kasi halimbawa may na-encounter yung user na isang problema o bugs within the operating system. And pwede niya yun i-send sa kumpanya at ipifix nila yun soon para ma-fix kung anumang problema yun. So, ngayon naman, dito tayo sa vendor support ng mga operating systems ng Windows. Sa Windows 95, which was released on August 24, 1995, yung Windows 98 noong June 25, 1998, yung Windows Me is noong September 14, 2000. So sabi dito, limited support or no longer supported. So understandable naman siya kasi sobrang tagal na nung Windows na ito and expected na hindi na siya supported dahil doon na yung kumpanya nag-focus sa mas bago nilang version. So ganun din dito sa Windows XP which was released on October 25, 2001 which yung support is nagtapos na sa noong April 2014. Dito sa Windows Vista which was released on January 30, 2007 is nagtapos na rin yung support noong April 2017. Dito naman sa Windows 7 which was released on October 22, 2009 nagtapos na yung support niya noong January 2020. But extended support is available for some enterprise customers. Dito naman tayo sa Windows 8 or 8.1 which was released on October 26, 2012. Ayan yung sa Windows 8. Si Windows 8.1, it was released on October 17, 2013. Yung support niya nagtapos na rin last January 2023 lang. So, dito naman tayo sa Windows 10. Nirelease siya noong July 29, 2015 and mainstream support until October 2020 with extended support until October 2025. So, kahit pa paano, may support pa rin yung kumpanya sa Windows 10 up until October 2025. And lastly, si Windows 11 which was released on October 5, 2021 which is ito yung pinaka-latest and current version ng Windows and of course supported siya. And dito naman tayo sa codename. So ano ba yung codenames? So codenames are used in the development stage of an operating system. So ibig sabihin nito na hindi Windows 95, hindi Windows 11 yung ginamit nila na codename. So hindi ayun yung diretso nilang ginamit, kundi may codename sila na ginamit habang dinedevelop nila yung isang operating system. So, yung iba pang uses nito is to make the development of the OS in secrecy. No? Kasi pwedeng malik yung information, mga features ng isang operating system sa iba, which pwede pang magaya ng ibang kumpanya na nagpo-provide din ng operating system. So, ginagamit din siya for communication and collaboration purposes ng development team. And usually, after na ma-release ng isang operating system, pinapalitan na yung codename ng version number. So, halimbawa, si Windows 11, ayun na yung pinapalit sa kanya, yung version number which is yung 11. So, ngayon, ito naman yung mga codenames ng different Windows operating system. Sa Windows 95, Chicago, Windows 98, Memphis, Windows Me, Millennium Edition, Windows XP, Whistler, sa Windows Vista, Longhorn, sa Windows 7, non-officially, but its development was known as Blackcamp. And sa Windows 8 or 8.1, which is Blue, internally, no official marketing code name. Sa Windows 10, Threshold, which is nung initial release, and subsequent updates had various code names nung mga sumunod na updates. Lastly, ito si Windows 11 is Sun Valley internally. So, dito naman tayo sa system type architecture. Bago yon, i-define muna natin siya. So, si system type, it defines the structure, communication, pathways, and data flow within the system. So, meron tayong dalawang system type, which is yung 32-bit and yung 64-bit, which is nagkakaiba-iba sila in terms of memory efficiency and yung pag-address nila sa memory capabilities. So, si 32-bit, it offers a lower memory addressing capabilities pero mas memory efficient siya. While the 64-bit, which is ito yung kadalasan na ginagamit na ngayon ng mga modern computers, it uses a larger memory addressing capabilities than 32-bit. So, mas naunang i-release si 32-bit at ayun yung ginamit sa Windows 95, 98, and Windows Me. Ayun lang yung supported na operating system dito sa mga operating systems na to kasi ayun, noon unang release niya, ayun pa lang yung kaya and ayun pa lang din yung nadidevelop. And dito naman nung Windows XP na siya, dito sa Windows XP, nagkaroon na ng support sa 64-bit. So, dalawa na yung pwede nating i-install. Yung 32-bit or pwedeng 64-bit. Starting from XP Professional X times 64 edition. And then dito sa Windows Vista 7, 8 or 8.1, 10 and 11, ganun din, 32-bit and 64-bit versions available na siya. Pero kadalasan, since yung mga applications is 64-bit, then yung gamit nila is ito na yung kadalasan na ginagamit ng mga users. Kasi, ayun nga, yung 64-bit, mas malaki yung mas malaki yung memory addressing capabilities nila kumpara sa 32-bit. So, kung nagbubukas ng maraming application yung user, or halimbawa kung yung isang application is masyadong complex or mabigat, kailangan 64-bit yung operating system mo or yung isang computer mo, kaya niya dapat yon to run that application. Kasi for sure, 64-bit din yung nire-require nun na OS and computers. Dito naman tayo sa system requirements. No? So, bawat operating system ng Windows is may required na system. And the more na mas matanda yung Windows operating system, mas mababa yung system requirements niya kasi mas matanda yung mga computers pa nun, hindi pa siya gano'n ka-high-tech kumpara ngayon. Kaya expected na mas mababa yung requirements niya pagdating sa system. Sa Windows 98, so dito na tayo. Sa Windows 95, 98, and Windows Me, yun, sabi nga dito, relatively low by today's standards. Sa Windows XP, mas tumaas, moderately low but increased compared to its predecessors. Sa Windows Vista, mas mataas ulit, leading to some criticism for its hardware demands, no? And sa Windows 11, sa Windows 7, naging moderate to high depending on the edition and features. So since si Windows 7 is maraming siyang edition tulad ng Windows 7 Home, Windows 7 Professional, or ewan ko kung meron ding Windows 7 Enterprise. So yung bawat edition na yon is maraming features. Kaya iba-iba din yung system requirements niya. So dito tayo sa Windows 8 or 8.1, similar din siya sa Windows 7. Sa Windows 10, similar to Windows 7 but with emphasis on compatibility with a wide range of devices. Sa Windows 11, ito na talaga yung mas pinakamataas na requirements. Higher requirements focusing on newer hardware capabilities. So, yung mga luma na computers, for example, yung mga 2013 or lower na mga computers, kadalasan yun is hindi mo na may install or ma-update sa Windows 11 kasi kadalasan wala na siya nung mga makabagong hardware na kailangan sa Windows 11. Sa features naman, each version introduced various new features. Notable advancement include improved GUI, networking, security, and multimedia capabilities. Sa Windows 8, inintroduce yung Metro interface. So mamaya ipapakita ko. Sa Windows 10, it brought the start menu back. Sa Windows 11, it introduced a redesigned start menu, centered taskbar, and updated window management features. So ipapakita ko yung interface ng bawat Windows operating system. So ito sa Windows 95. So makikita natin na luma yung interface niya. Ganun din sa Windows 98. Ayan, medyo similar sila with improved features and UI. Ganun din sa Windows Me. Halos similar yung start menu nila and yung design din medyo similar. Pagdating dito sa Windows Vista, mas nag-upgrade yung GUI niya. Kita natin na mas naging transparent yung mga application windows. Ganoon din sa start menu. Makita natin na nag-iba na din yung start menu. Sa Windows 7, mas nag-improve din siya. May mga nabago na onte. At dito sa Windows 8, mas makikita natin yung kinaibahan niya kumpara dun sa mga nakaraang Windows version. Kasi ito, nagbago talaga. Inintroduce nila dito yung Metro interface ay yung mga box na nakikita natin. So, ayan yung Windows 8. Sa Windows 10, binalik nila si start menu kasi hindi nagustuhan ng mga users yung Metro interface kaya binalik nila dito sa Windows 10. And lastly, sa Windows 11, ganun pa rin, may start menu siya pero makita natin na nasa gitna na yung start menu and yung mga applications at mas naging malinis na din yung GUI niya. Pwede naman din na ibalik yan sa kaliwa and depende yun sa kung ano yung gusto ng users. So, dito tayo sa application compatibility. Sa Windows 95 and 98 and Me, these older Windows versions have limited application compatibility with modern software due to their age. So, understandable kasi mas old na yung operating systems na to. And Many contemporary applications are not designed to run on these legacy systems, and finding compatible software may be challenging. So, sa Windows XP had robust application compatibility, making it a popular choice for a long time. However, as of April 2014, Microsoft ended support for Windows XP and many software developers stopped releasing updates compatible with it, potentially exposing users to security risk. So noon, ayan, marami application supported and compatible, pero nung nag-stop na yung support niya noong 2014, marami na rin yung software developers na ah, hindi na nag-update na sa application nila para supportan pa yung Windows XP. And dito sa Windows Vista, uh, it faced challenges with application compatibility during its initial release. Some software vendors took time to update their applications to work seamlessly with Vista, contributing to a slower adoption rate. So, sa Windows 7 improved upon Vista in terms of application compatibility. Many applications that were compatible with Windows XP also work well on Windows 7, contributing to its widespread adoption. So, sa Windows 7, yung parang pinaka-minimum na requirements ng isang application. So, ayan yung makikita natin sa mga applications na gusto natin i-install. Halimbawa, yung mga games, mga Microsoft apps, Windows 7 na yung parang pinaka-minimum na operating system. Now, depende kung gaano kabigat yung applications or kung gaano din katanda yung isang software applications, no? Pero pinaka-minimum na requirements is Windows 7. Sa Windows 8 and 8.1, Windows 8 faced initial challenges with application compatibility, partly due to the introduction of the Metro interface. So, yung Metro interface is yung parang box kanina na pinakita ko. And ayun, with Windows 8.1, Microsoft addressed some concerns and improved compatibility, making it easier for users to transition from Windows 7. So, Windows 10 naman, it is designed with a strong emphasis on backward compatibility. So, ibig sabihin nito na dapat gumagana din yung application na mula sa Windows 8, Windows 7, and meron yon at dinesign yung Windows 7 na maging ganon. Ayon sabi dito, the majority of applications that run on Windows 7 and 8.1 or Windows 8 are expected to work on Windows 10 without significant issues. Microsoft introduced compatibility modes and tools to facilitate the smooth transition of older applications to the newer platform. So, dinesign yon sa Windows 10 kasi parang mas hindi na nga lang pipiliin ng users na mag-update to newer versions kung hindi naman din pala supported yung applications na ginagamit nila. So, kaya na pagdesisyon ng kumpanya na i-design si Windows 10 na ganun. At ganun din sa Windows 11, it inherits the compatibility features of Windows 10. And Microsoft continues to prioritize backward compatibility, aiming to ensure that applications designed for Windows 10 run seamlessly on Windows 11. Dito naman tayo sa backup and restore procedures. So mahalaga yan kasi halimbawa kapag in-update natin yung isang Windows operating system natin and may nangyaring hindi maganda. Halimbawa, bugs and parang dahil doon is pwedeng ma-loss yung mga data natin. So, ginawa si backup and restore parang bilang solusyon dun sa problema na yun. So, dito tayo, ikumpara natin yung backup and restore procedures ng mga Windows operating systems. And sa una, Windows 95, 98, and yung Windows Me, these older Windows versions had basic backup tools. So, basic lang siya, kaya yung mga users, mas pinipili nila na gumamit ng third-party backups for more comprehensive backup solutions. Sa Windows XP, dito inintroduce yung backup utility. No? Makikita natin yan sa Windows XP, and kahit nung sa Windows 7, isa rin yan sa nakikita ko pa. And ano ba yan? Ayan yung nag-allowed sa users to schedule regular backups, no, para hindi na mano-mano na iba-backup ng users yung kung ano man yung gusto nilang i-backup. Dahil dito sa backup utility, it allows to scheduled regular backups. It included features for full system backup and restoration, as well as selective file and folder backups. Sa Windows Vista, it enhanced the backup and restore capabilities introduced in Windows XP. It introduced complete PC backup and restore for creating full system images and recovering the entire system. Sa Windows 7, it continued the backup and restore features from Windows Vista. It included backup and restore that allowed users to create system images, backup files, and create system repair disk. Sa Windows 8 or 8.1, it introduced the file history feature for continuous file backups. It improved on the backup and restore functionality, providing users with more control over file backups and system restoration. Sa Windows 10, it continued the use of file history mula sa Windows 8 for continuous file backups. It also introduced backup and restore, which is mula sa Windows 7, for creating system images and restoring the entire system. Lastly, sa Windows 11, it inherits the backup and restore features from Windows 10. And users can utilize file history for continuous file backups and backup and restore Windows 7 for creating system images. Last comparison is the installation procedures. So, iba-iba yung pag-install sa Windows operating system, and the more na mas modern yung isang operating system, mas nagiging madali na lang din yung pag-install. And isa-isay natin sila mula sa Windows 95. Ito, installation involve booting from a floppy disk or CD-ROM. The users followed a series of prompts, and the process typically involved disk partitioning and formatting. Installation could be performed from the OS or using a bootable CD. Sa Windows 98, it is similar to Windows 95. Installation often required booting from a floppy disk or CD-ROM. The setup process guided users through disk partitioning, formatting, and copying system files. Graphical elements were introduced during the installation process. Dito naman sa Windows Me, the Millennium Edition, installation procedures were similar to Windows 98, and Windows Me aimed to improve system stability and multimedia capabilities. Next is yung Windows XP. It introduced a more user-friendly graphical installation interface. Mas gumanda na yung GUI ng pag-install, and mas naging user-friendly siya. Users booted from the installation CD and followed on-screen prompts. And meron din ditong disk partitioning, formatting, and file copying were automated to a greater extent. Next, for Windows Vista, Vista introduced a revamped installation process with a graphical interface. Users could perform an upgrade or clean installation, which was previously wala dun sa mga predecessors niya na operating system. The installation process included more user interaction for customization. And sa Windows 7, the installation process for Windows 7 continued the graphical interface trend. Users could choose between upgrading from an existing Windows installation or performing a clean installation. So, pwede siyang mamili kung galing siya sa, halimbawa, Windows Vista yung OS niya. Gusto niya mag-update sa Windows 7. Puwede niyang gawin 'yun. Puwede niyang i-upgrade na lang while still, maintaining the data mula dun sa Windows Vista. Or, the user could also choose to perform a clean installation which, mafo-format yung computer, yung hard drive or yung storage. And, dito sa Windows 7, it enhanced driver support, simplified hardware detection during installation. Sa Windows 8 and 8.1, it introduced a significant change in the user interface with the Metro Start screen. Installation procedures were streamlined and users could choose to use a Microsoft account for login. So, sa Windows 7 wala yon, pero dito sa Windows 8 is pwede nang makapag-login yung users uh, sa Microsoft account uh, sa pag-install. And Windows 8.1 as an update improved upon the initial Windows 8 release. So, ayun, mas nag-improve din yung sa 8.1. Sa Windows 10, maintain the graphical installation interface with a focus on simplicity. Mas naging simplified yung interface at mas naging user-friendly siya para mas maging convenient sa mga users. Users could upgrade from Windows 7 or 8 or 8.1 or perform a clean installation. The introduction of Windows as a service, or the WAS, allowed for in-place upgrades without a full reinstall for features update. Lastly, sa Windows 11, Windows 11 maintained the installation simplicity introduced with Windows 10. Users could upgrade from Windows 10 or perform a clean installation. The installation process typically involves downloading the latest updates during installation. So, ayun lang. That's the comparison of uh, Windows operating systems, yung lahat ng version niya. And thank you for listening and watching this video.